Hello there. Welcome to Proscats episode 2. Oneshot, I should say. I think numerically speaking, this is the 5th thing we've published.
Yeah,
We're getting up there.
Number 2, but actually number 5. This is our second stint. Or second
Yeah,
go
see,
at
this
it.
is the sequel trilogy to the OT the OT movie reviews. Which segues into what we're talking about today, which is Obi-Wan Kenobi, the miniseries. Just released, just watched, and we got some things to say about it.
We do. This is true.
Yeah. It is true.
Well, I guess I can start it off with my thoughts if that's fine with you.
I go for
it. And then I like to hear yours too.
Yeah,
that's usually how this works. So, I don't know. I kind of liked it. Like, I think the problem that a lot of people have with it, because it does have like mixed reviews online, is that people had such high expectations for it. Because like, not only is like Obi-Wan Kenobi like a really good character, but like online he's like a big meme and like a really like online favorite too.
Yeah.
And I think like the Star Wars fan base is like so unpleasable that like no matter what this freaking like show was, like there would be some issues with it. I thought it was very solid. Like I don't think it was like exceptional or anything. Just to like kind of break down the episodes, at least the first 5 I thought were like fine, but not like pretty average TV, to be honest. And then the 6th episode was like actually like really good. And like I like that made me like feel emotion from a TV show, which was like something that has not happened since like I guess like
since Revenge of the Sith,
or I was gonna say like Endgame or something, because like
yeah,
because like that was in theaters and that was pretty incredible just to see that. Not to say it's the same level, but
all the emotion I think was at Infinity Wars after Spider-Man got snapped. When I saw that in theaters, there were a lot of people crying about Spider-Man. Well, the bug-based Marvel character, one of them.
There's gonna be they're gonna multiply.
A hint as what's coming next, maybe. But yeah, no, yeah, that's I think that's a fair statement. Star Wars fans are very picky. That they didn't like the prequels, and then now they do like the prequels just because of the memes, I think. Though I think people still hate Episode 1.
I think they like it, like also in part because like they need a reason to like compare them to the sequels, and then like they're like, oh, they did so well in the prequels, like this is even like worse than the prequels or something.
Yeah. But I'm not comparing Kenobi to any of the stuff that's been made with live action or like the miniseries or anything like that. What I am comparing Kenobi to is actually the game Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Which came out like 2 years ago, give or take some time.
Yes, I do have that game.
I'm
not gonna lie, I got stuck on the first level for like 30 minutes and then I just quit.
Yeah, I 100%ed it.
All right, we got two different.
The entire game, every single thing in that game I did. So yeah, and I really enjoyed that game, which is why I 100%ed it.
I would hope you would enjoy it if you like played it that much.
It was very fun, and that's what I'm gonna compare Kenobi to, because I think there are some parallels between the two that are really good. That I think Jedi Fallen Order did really well. Kenobi did not do very well. Um, and I mean, just jump right into it, I guess. The first thing that Kenobi, I don't think did well was it didn't do a good job portraying Darth Vader. Every single time we saw him on scene,
you earned a platinum medal.
Before we were rudely interrupted.
Before we were rudely interrupted. They didn't do a good job portraying Darth Vader. Every single time we see Darth Vader in Kenobi, he, in my opinion, is a shadow of what he has been portrayed in almost every other series. He kills people left and right. They did show that in the village, him just killing innocent civilians, but it was more like he was, like, the way they portrayed him killing those civilians was more like he was playing with toys, right? Yeah. Like he would drag the one in the ground and make him do somersaults in the air and then snap his neck or whatever. And it's like that. Like Darth Vader wouldn't do that. He would just kill them because to him they're nothing. They're not even toys. You know what I mean?
Well, honestly, I don't know if I agree with that, to be honest, because like in A New Hope, doesn't he like literally just like choke people, like force choke people because he doesn't like agree with them? Like he is like playing with them to like because he's not like going on a rampage for no reason in the show in that scene. He's going on a rampage to like draw Kenobi out, right? So if he wants to make a point, like he's making a point by like torturing these people. He's not like he's like slowly killing them, you know, because Kenobi's watching. He knows he's watching.
Yeah, I don't know. In A New Hope, he was choking. Are you talking about the one the rebel officer. Commander?
No,
he was choking him because he wanted information out of him.
No, like his own officer, like.
Oh yeah, but he killed him, you know, like just instantly. He didn't like drag him around the flight deck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess, but they probably didn't even have like the capability to do that, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. It just felt more. It felt more like he was playing with a toy than being Darth Vader. You know, just like, killing someone.
Not as ruthless, I guess.
Yeah. Also, like when the fire went up from whatever it was, I can't remember, the coals or whatever.
Yeah.
And like the robot came and saved Kenobi, and Darth Vader's just standing there. It's like that wouldn't happen. Darth Vader would just jump over the fire, put the fire out with the Force, you know, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm talking the one where Tala was like up on the the grassy knoll, if you will.
There's one of the middle episodes, I believe. I do kind of agree with that. Like, I think that was a little weird, 2. But also like at the same time, I think we were talking about this. Like he knew that he could just like catch up to him or find him whenever. Like he's proven that. So it's
I don't know.
I don't know.
It took him 10 years to find him again.
This is true, but he does.
That's
find
why
him,
I'm comparing
it. Yeah.
That's why I'm comparing it to Fallen Order. Another thing too. In episode 5, Darth Vader should have killed Reva. She should have died in that episode at the end when she tried to fight him. She should have been killed there. And what I'm drawing this from is in Jedi Fallen Order. The exact same thing happens. An Inquisitor gets turned to the good side again, only briefly, just for Darth Vader to show up and just straight up execute them. But without even thinking about it, just kills them, you know. And here he does a lot of toying with her, and then stabs her through the chest and leaves her to die. Like if this were the actual Darth Vader would have just killed her then and there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's. So I would agree with that. Yeah.
I don't think we're dealing with a proper Darth Vader here.
Yeah. And I think it kind of like. The reason they might have done that is because I think a lot of the decisions they made in this show were necessarily not necessarily like what makes the most sense, but like what works for the plot. And like they needed Rev. I guess they wanted Reva in the last episode. Like they didn't want to kill her in the second
Yeah,
last
I mean
episode.
the whole Owen and Baru part though was just completely unnecessary in my opinion, with the Luke running out into the canyon and things like that. You know.
Yeah.
Here's I'll pitch it to you. This is my idea. Let me know what you think, because
Okay.
I don't think I've told you this before. But at the end of the 5th episode, Darth Vader should have killed Reva, and he should have found the hologram in the sand, right?
Yeah.
However, the hologram should have said, like, I fear what would happen if he found out about the boy. Right? And that's just it, right? It doesn't say where Luke Skywalker is like he did in Tatooine, which is how Reva found it. It's just letting Darth Vader know that they're talking about a boy. That way, Darth Vader knows he has a son, because in episode 5 of, the original trilogy, not Kenobi, you know what I mean? It's a little confusing. He's like, Luke, like search your feelings, you know it to be true, yada yada yada. And it's like,
Yeah, it's like he
like,
is his father.
He
he
is his
knows he's
father.
his father.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And I feel like that would have helped make that connection, but like he doesn't know where his son is. But then also it could have made the fight in episode 6 a little bit more interesting, because Darth Vader would have then had to try to extract information from Obi-Wan, right? Like he wants to try to figure out where his son is.
Yeah.
And that way we don't have that entire Owen, Baru, Anakin, or Luke running into the canyon, 20-minute side story, and it's just all focused on the battle between Hayden Christensen, Ewan McGregor, Anakin and Obi-Wan. Again, I personally like that. I mean, I am a bit biased, but
no, I honestly like think that's a really good idea. Like, I also thought, like, I really did like episode 6, but I did think that the canyon thing, like, literally the only reason they had the canyon thing was like to redeem Reva, because that was like always going to happen, because it was shown she was a youngling at the beginning. And yeah, I really thought when he, like, the Kumail Nanjiani's character dropped the hologram, that Vader was going to find it, and then Reva, who's still alive somehow after being like stabbed,
exactly, it doesn't make it.
Like
doesn't make any
seems like
sense.
a bit of a stretch. I mean, I guess the Inquisitor was stabbed too, and like, but like he had to survive, right? Because that's the same one that's in Rebels, right? The Inquisitor.
Yes.
Yeah, so he had to survive. So like, if you like had seen Rebels, you were like, oh, he's not dead.
Yeah, but Darth Vader has a history of unrelentlessly, if that's not, you know what I'm trying to say. He has a history of just straight up killing whoever he wants, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't injure someone and then leave them for dead. He kills people.
He did that to Kenobi too, because he covered him. I mean, I guess he thought he was dead because he was under all those rocks in the fight.
No, I thought that was a little stupid too. Yeah. That part of the fight was stupid, where he was like, I see your strength returns, but the weakness will always remain, and that's why you'll always lose. I think that's like the exact line he said. I memorized it because it was so stupid. Because if you look at the history of Anakin and Obi-Wan fighting, Obi-Wan has won every single time. So what is he referring to by when he says, that's why you'll always lose? He hasn't always lost. He's won always against Anakin. You know what I mean?
I mean, the only thing I can think is like he's referring to like the dark side or something.
Yeah, probably like in the bigger scale, the Empire.
Not like you as in Obi-Wan versus Anakin, you as in
sure, but also. Yeah, but like this is the guy who's made you like a monstrosity, and like you're like you have him and you just dump a bunch of rocks on him. Doesn't make much sense to me. But the part before that and the part after that, those parts of the fight were cool.
Yeah, I also think like they did like the Vader fight was like the way he fought was pretty interesting, because like he didn't really like obviously he can't really move that well, but he's just so
No.
like physically strong because of like the enhancements and everything, and the
Mhm.
force that like
Yeah.
he's really like a brute, like just like he's like smashing down with the lightsaber.
Yeah, when he gets angry.
Yeah.
Which I think is funny because you could see, like, as the battle kept going on, he kind of lost his fighting style that Darth Vader usually has. Darth Vader, whenever he fights, he always only uses one hand, right?
Yeah.
His other hand is down to his side, and he's very composed and, like, uses just, his strength to
Yeah, he's
overcome him
like
with just
barely
one hand.
trying, yeah. So
Yeah, and everyone he fights. And then there with Kenobi, he was winning, and then he started to lose, and then he like started to go into rage mode, which is a nice parallel with how Anakin would fight too, right?
yeah.
He would also be really calm and composed, but like whenever it would get hard, he would go into rage mode too, which I thought was really cool to see that kind of parallel. I think they did a good job with that. The only problem I have, and it doesn't make much sense for the timeline, is this happened 10 years after Revenge of the Sith. And A New Hope takes place 20 years?
Okay.
22 years after
it's like
Revenge of the Sith.
20-ish, yeah.
Yeah, so 10 to 12 years from now until A New Hope, Obi-Wan Kenobi's going to look like from Ewan McGregor to
Alec Guinness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's always been a thing though. Yeah.
it's not Alec Guinness. It's like not possible, I don't think. But suspension of disbelief, that's nitpicking at that point. It was always in the back of my head, like, in like 10 years time, this guy has to look like he's 40 years older than he is.
He is like 20 years older than he was when he filmed the first episode of the prequels. And I mean, when did Revenge of the Sith come out? Like mid 2000, like 2000s?
2004, 2005.
Yeah, so it's been
it might have been
almost
2003.
So it's been like in terms of like the forward timeline, like in real life, like Ewan McGregor
it's been like 19 years.
If anything, older than what he would be.
Yeah.
Based off where he was Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, but I mean, in episode 4, I mean, Alec Guinness is old.
Yeah.
And like,
I don't think they planned that casting that far ahead. Yeah.
This tangent's a nitpick, you know what I mean? So it doesn't matter. But
yeah.
One thing I also thought was cool. It was cool to see in episode 2, the clone trooper begging on the street.
Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah.
He had the markings of. I might get this totally wrong. But wasn't
the 501st?
Yeah, the 501st. Anakin's clone troopers. He had the blue markings. At first, when I thought it was Rex, but then I rewinded it and looked at the markings, and it wasn't Rex's markings. Plus, Rex has a role in Rebels, right?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's
Yeah, he's like old and blind.
He's in Rebels. Yeah.
I don't know if he's blind. Is he blind in Rebels? I can't remember.
No, that's that might be Wolf. I don't know.
I vaguely watched the show.
He's not blind,
a long time ago.
No.
I didn't. I only watched a couple episodes. Call myself a Star Wars fan, right? I haven't seen Star Wars Rebels.
The best one.
What's up with that? The best one, exactly. Yeah. I knew as soon as I started watching it, and they had like knockoff R2-D2. I was like, oh god.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not like.
Yeah, like in the first.
It's a kid show.
The first episode, it showed like a bunch of Imperial officers being like bumbling idiots, and I was like, oh no. This is going to be a long show if I keep watching this. So I only watched a couple. I watched a couple more, but yeah. Right. Overall, I thought it was a decent show. Generally, whenever kids are involved in a show, it's not great.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of young kids in shows. Not saying it can't be well done, but it's just I think it holds back from from what the show could be. More instead of just like entertaining filling. It could be a more emotionally impactful show. And like you said, we didn't even reach that until episode 6.
Yeah,
Episodes 1 through 5, I just checked out and I was just following the plot. I just didn't care what happened because I know episode 6 was the only one that was going to matter because of just like the vibe of the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think something that I heard online that I kind of agree with is that like I don't think the actress that like played young Leia did a bad job, but it was more that just
No.
like the capacity of a child to act is like limited, like no matter
Yeah.
how talented you are, and just
Mhm.
making her like so crucial to the plot. Like it's not
Yeah.
like Baby Yoda where like, you know, Baby Yoda isn't really even a character. It's just like it's an object, you know.
It's like a pet dog. So like the plot can evolve without.
Yeah.
Not saying Baby Yoda is a pet dog, but you know what I mean.
I mean, he kind of is like.
You can't have conversations with him about
deep concepts or anything.
I was about to say trade relations or something like that.
Trade federation.
Exactly. But you could with Princess Leia. In fact, I mean, there were moments where she was like, "I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that." And it's like we know where she's gonna end up too. Anyways, it might have been cool to do this a little bit later. Like maybe she was a little older, but I still think the result would have been the same. But I think something had to be done like that so that she would know who Obi-Wan Kenobi is.
Disney, they gotta have their cuteness factor now that Baby Yoda
is true.
So
with the little robot too.
Yeah.
What was it called?
Lola. Yeah.
Lola. Yeah. I had a dog named Lola. So there you go, a robot dog.
Yeah. I thought it was solid overall. Like nothing like to write home about. Not a series that will change history or anything. But
no,
I really liked seeing Ewan McGregor back
as Kenobi. Yeah,
I thought the cast did a good job.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was more like the writing and the story that like could have been more compelling. And
we didn't see. I mean, Hayden Christensen was back, but we didn't really see him.
Well, we saw him in the Padawan scene, like the flashback.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah,
and also the Order 66 scenes. That was
yeah.
Also, when they put like the warning, they were like, "This may not be, suitable for some audience." I was like, "Okay, Disney, they're trying.
It's gonna pick up."
Yeah, I kind of appreciated that because like they're kind of showing that it's like they're not exclusively targeting kids with some of these shows. So
yeah,
I mean,
nice. I felt so like I watched I think they released the first 2 episodes right at once.
Yeah,
I believe or was it the first 3 or something?
No, it was definitely not first 3. It might have been first 2, but I don't know.
The first 2. So I watched the first episode and I was like, oh no, this is gonna be a kid show because Princess Leia was there.
Yeah.
And then in the second episode, a stormtrooper got cut in half, and a bunch of them got shot and killed, and Darth Vader was snapping the necks of innocent people. And I was like, okay. And then that was episode 3.
I think that was 3, yes.
Yeah, that was 3, my bad. Yeah, episode 2 is when they're in that weird city. And then episode 4 was, I think, silly. That was the Fortress episode. The Inquisitor Fortress.
Yes.
Fortress Inquisitor or whatever it was called.
Yes, that was not the best episode, I don't think.
No. But you could notice, or you could tell in that episode as like Obi-Wan Kenobi was like using his lightsaber more, it was starting to come back to him.
Yeah.
Like the first couple times he deflected blasters in the hallways, he was like missing and things like that, but towards the end he was like, doing really well with it again.
Yeah, so that kind of culminated with the final fight where he just like honestly overpowered Darth Vader, which was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, like he needed a bit. Like he didn't do it initially, but then when he got covered in rocks, he was
he had some training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we want to do a score for this one too, or what do you think?
Yeah, we can do a score. I'm down to do a score. I don't know what we would do the score out of.
Well, we can just do the same one as last time. Just for some consistency, or we could just do out of 10. Or
we can break it down a little bit. Yeah.
Out of 12, we'll make it interesting.
Out of 12.
Yeah.
Well, not out of 6 because there were 6 episodes.
Oh, that's actually true. Yeah, let's do 6.
There you go. Just like, did you like the episode? Yes or no? Plus 1 point or no points. You know what I mean?
I'll give it like a 4 out of 6.
Yeah, I was just gonna say 4 out of 6.
I was gonna say 3.5, but I was like, it's not that bad. Like,
yeah, I'd say 4 out of 6. It was entertaining. I don't know if I'd ever watch it again. Maybe I'd watch the last episode.
I would rewatch the last episode. I'd consider rewatching it. Yeah, but I have not got around to it yet. The rest of it, probably not.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I had hoped that they would have included more Qui-Gon Jinn stuff, but it was just like at the end. He was like, "Oh, catch up. They got a long ways to go," and
they were alluding to it the whole time. Maybe like I don't know if they're doing a second season. I heard about that. I don't know what they would do, but maybe like that would be a central theme of it.
It'd be cool. Because we've never really explored the Force like that through live action. You know what I mean? Rey had her moment in the water hole, where she had the weird, trip through the mirrors.
Well, also the Rise of Skywalker, just at the finale with all the Jedi.
Oh yeah, that's true. Disregarding the sequels.
Yeah, that's not canon, right?
Yeah, I heard Disney said that they weren't all canon, so we're in the clear. Han Solo literally didn't die for anything, or he didn't die for he did not die for nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Chewie's just standing there yelling. Fucking dumb. Maybe we'll do the prequels or the sequels next.
Oh God, no.
We'll steer away, and we'll pick something else besides TV shows.
Yeah, we'll do some other topics too. So
yeah.
Anyway, do you have any final comments you'd like to say about Kenobi?
10 out of 10. On the
score.
On picking Ewan McGregor to play Kenobi instead of recasting him as someone else. That was pretty nice,
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, I appreciated that they didn't. I'm not the biggest fan of Kumail Nanjiani. So when I saw him show up in episode 2 and then saw him become a recurring character, I was like, oh gosh. I don't know.
He is kind of in like every Disney property at this point.
Yeah, so. it's I'm not the biggest fan of his, but it would have been nice to I don't know, explore more about what people thought of the Jedi after the fall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We really didn't get that.
We got that at the beginning. Like
we got that from Owen, where he was like, "I hate Jedi," but like he was obviously lying or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, but like, everyone was just like, the Jedi gotta come back. There's still hope. Yada yada. We didn't get someone that just like absolutely hated the Jedi for like failing colossally. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, Reva, like, kind of like she did hate Vader, but she also, I guess, hated the Jedi for like
not being there,
not like being there to protect her and other kids.
I mean, Obi-Wan specifically, he had just killed General Grievous, so
yeah, I don't get like how Like he was like,
He's
I'm
killed like
sorry.
the most Jedi. General Grievous, the person who's killed the most Jedi.
He like did his job. Like I get like why he was saying like he was sorry because like he wasn't there at the time for Anakin, but it was like it's not like he was doing like nothing. Like it's not like he was complacent. But
yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah, General Grievous had to be, he had to be taken care of.
Yeah. All right.
Anything, it's Yoda's fault.
Yeah, Yoda is not. And then he just goes to Dagobah and,
not the greatest role model.
No. But his kid's great. You see his kid?
His kid isn't even confirmed to be his kid. Like
his kid Gogurt, yeah.
Gogurt. Yeah, I mean, was it Yaddle? Yoda and Yaddle?
Yoda and Yaddle.
The power couple.
Now Gogurt.
Yeah. The Holy Trinity.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Little green boys.
Fellas.
Big merchandising opportunity.
Yeah, I got one back there.
Yeah, you're just contributing to it.
I bought it in, yeah. It was probably made, I don't know, in like a Disney exploitation, sweatshop, and
I mean, you can kind of guarantee that, yeah.
Yeah, here I am buying it. First world problems, am I right? Yeah.
Well, on that positive note, I think we can wrap up the podcast.
It's Disney. Hey.
Yeah, Disney, not the best corporation. Not that like there are a lot of good ones, but Disney's definitely not one of the good ones. I think we can classify that. Yeah. Anyway, if you listened, give us a like. Subscribe, maybe.
Or dislike if you didn't like it.
Or dislike, yeah. We like
that's feedback. Yeah,
that is
feedback. Dislike it, if you dislike it, you'll bully us into never making one of these again.
Maybe even unsubscribe if you don't like it. If you're already subscribed. Yeah, I don't think anybody's ever said that. So.
In fact, if you don't like it, feel free to send us fan mail telling us. David, if you want to give them your address, go for it.
No problem. P.O. Box on the screen now. Just send it to like.
Just give us some random P.O. Box. Give it to Kevin's P.O. Box.
Kevin,
the landlord.
I didn't even talk about Kevin Feige.
No.
Oh god, you would not like that.
I don't think he has a P.O. box. If he does, that'd be pretty funny. Yeah, sure. Check into it. We'll check into it, and if he does,
I feel like that's not publicly available information, but you can find out somehow.
That's why he has a P.O. box, though, so people can send him like "I love you" poems.
Oh, that's true. I guess famous people do have P.O. boxes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So feel free to shoot us a mail, whether it be acoustic or electric, and we'll respond promptly. Acoustic mail, yeah.
Oh my god.
Instead of electric mail. Yeah. All right, I'm out of jokes. All my funny's gone.
All right, Prosper.
If you even want to call those, if you even want to call those jokes.
All right, we're kind of tailing off here, so. Yeah. Thank you again. Hope that this was worth your time. If not, sorry. And have a great rest of your day.